Okay, I'm going to redo a video that I did about a year ago, and it's about using what you have. And you'll hear me again and again look around in your house and see what you can use instead of buying stuff. So, this is a repeat, and people might say, oh, I already saw this video, but the quality of the video was very bad. And I think it was skinny or whatever. I don't know. The viewing area was skinny. So I'm going to redo this, and so bear with me. One thing that I use with my calligraphy ink and paints is, of course, a palette or container of some kind. I do not like putting my nib directly in the ink bottle. One major reason is because I lose my nibs, and I've lost one just recently. And in my opinion, when I was taught calligraphy a long time ago, he told me don't put your nib directly in the ink bottle because maybe your nib is dirty, you might have fuzz. You might have a little hair, you might have something, dirt or something, and then when you put it in the bottle, you're contaminating the whole bottle. So what I do is I use an eyedropper or these pipettes, which are generally cheap. I bought a whole bunch at Hobby Lobby. I think they were like $2 or $3 for 20. Michael's does have them in the paint section. I think in Michael's they're by the excuse me, acrylic, but I don't remember. But anyway, these are pipettes, and I just take what ink I think I'm going to use and put it in a container. With gouache, excuse me, I put it in one of these containers also. So some of the things I had around my house, because I'm a cheapskate, and I know it. Instead of paying $1.50 for a pallet, I have another idea. And you might say, oh, $1.50, that's nothing. Well, what if you don't want to clean your palette all the time, you're lazy like me? So I have other ideas. Anyway, as most of y'all know, I do have leukemia. So I'm on oral chemotherapy, a pill every day. And so when I get my medication, it comes in a container like this. So when I get these, I have to take them out, I have to take it every day. By the way, these pills are $14,000 a month for 30 pills. Luckily, I have insurance, and I don't have to pay $14,000. But can you imagine? Anyway, off track. So once I get done a sleeve of medication, I punch out the bubbles a little bit, push them out, and I take out the metal piece, and make it kind of sort of nice, and then I cut them into sections like this. And I have a whole bunch of them, and then I put my ink in these bubbles. Then once I'm done with the ink, it depends on what ink it is. If it's watercolor, I can reuse it. You just put some more water in there and brush, stir it up, and you can use your ink again, or watercolor. The gouache, if you put gouache in here, yes, you can use gouache again. You just have to put a little bit of the gum arabic that I was talking about in another video. Just put a drop or two, in the container, stir it up, and you got almost new paint or gouache. So use these. And then, of course, I have big, gigantic bottles of medicine, for different reasons. So I use the lids. I also use the containers like these, the actual pill bottle. I took one of these the other day and I made it into a little container for my retired nibs. So I have my nibs here. My Leonard 41 is in there. I'm sad, but it's okay. I'm going to buy a dozen more. I think from paperandinks.com, they have them for sale for like $7 for a dozen. So I'm going to buy some more. So I'm not too worried. But I might make these nibs out of something one day. You never know. Put that away. Oops. I always try to put things back where they go after I use them. I try to anyway. Another container that I use, this is kind of a weird shape, but every year the National Pen Company sends me a free pen, and then these, you know, weirdly shaped, it's like a plastic square, and it has these, and their intent is for you to buy 100 or 50 of them and sell the pens or put them in these indentations. But every time I get one, I just cut it in a shape and use these with ink. Another idea I have is, this was actually from a razor replacement package. You can put a little bit of, you know, gouache in here, or not gouache, I mean you could. A little bit of ink if you're just using a little bit of a certain color. You know, there's no reason to waste it. I use water bottle lids for ink. I actually bought some of these. I got these at AC Moore. I think they're in a package of 10. And these are really good if you're going out and about and you don't want to mess. So you use your ink, you know, put your ink in there, put the lid on when you're done, take it home, use it again. So trying to see if there's anything else that, you know, I mean, here's another, I think a razor replacement, you know, container. You can even use the containers that your pens come in. So you just put ink in the indentations and there's no reason to waste it. You just use it till it looks really bad and then throw it away. You can even use things like as big as this if you're using a lot, or just put a, you know, a little bit here, and you know, just another idea. So I keep all of my items in one, you know, container, so because I like to be organized. I am actually very disorganized, but this is just one thing. I'm trying my best to be organized, and this is one of my ways of doing it. And another way to save money, and especially with my classes, I will bring this to my class, especially for working with inks, and hand them out, and then at the end of the class, you know, people just can throw them away. It's not a big deal. I've already bought the water bottles, so I'm using the lids. Just look around your house and see what you can use instead of buying, you know, what you could use for free or almost free. Alright, thank you again for watching.